Hello and welcome to Dragon Ball Speak, a show where we summarize and review every episode of Dragon Ball Z, 3 episodes at a time, and we upload each and every Saturday, and we rate them each on a scale of 1 to 7 stars. I'm one of your hosts, Brandon.
And I'm Wesley.
Oh, hey, and this is Dragon Ball Speak, episode 39.
Tight.
Starting with episode 126.
The androids appear.
So tell me, these 3 episodes, impressions.
Fantastic, fine, and not having a good time.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's get into it.
It started high and then it just went lower every episode for me.
Are you serious?
It's serious as a corn dog, yeah.
All right, this might be a contentious episode then, because all right, 126, the androids appear. So yeah, we're done with this 3-year time skip. Piccolo's they're flying through the air. I'm trying to. They're flying through the air towards the island. Gohan, Piccolo, Goku, and Piccolo's talking about how he wishes he could have done more, and like everyone's like, nah, we did our best in the time we had.
Goku doesn't give a shit. He's like, nah, dude, we're good. Like,
yeah,
we've been training hard. He's as confident as ever.
Yeah, they know there's not that much more they could have done. They catch up to Krillin, who's also flying through, and they, chit-chat a little bit, but they're all kind of just nervous on their way. Not even nervous, really. Krillin's nervous.
This is one of my only problems with this episode. They fly for like 5 seconds too long every shot. There's a shot where they're flying at the camera, and it's like 9 seconds of not a word.
Yeah.
I remember giving myself a little chuckle. I was like, oh, they're like fluffing this episode up a little bit. Must not be a good one. And then I was wrong, but...
Yeah, I mean...
Just funny to note.
Yeah, I can see that. They land on the island, and so they see Bulma there.
Mm-hmm.
Bulma, she be holding a baby.
Yeah, and let me tell you, Bulma's the hot mom now. She's the hot mom.
MILF status.
Yeah, like she didn't get a Karen haircut. Close.
It's kind of Karen.
It's kind of, but it's like a like a modern Bob, so we can go with it.
Mm-hmm.
And she's got a little baby. Trunks is a pretty ugly baby, all things considered, but. I think that has to do with his fit. So
fit check, baby Trunks.
Baby Trunks fit check, not hot.
Oh.
What are we doing with the beanie thing? It's
got
got little rat like.
It reminds me
ears?
of the original Animal Crossing.
I didn't play it, so I wouldn't know. But
you have to wear this hat, and it has like horns on it. It's
yeah.
just like that, like the 2 little spikes. I don't know. I think it's
weird.
like a thing.
And it's like, I don't know. I just expected better of someone who looks as dope as they do when they're an adult, but
yeah.
Goku kind of spills the beans here.
Spills them hard.
Yeah, he's like, my gosh.
He spills the senzu beans.
The dad is Vegeta, and this is Trunks, and she's like, how did you know that? I was gonna save it for a surprise for everyone, and he's like, oh, it was just a guess. It's like, come on, Goku.
It's like, come on, bro. That doesn't make sense.
No sense.
No sense.
Before we get to Bulma, when they were flying over, the city, and they were like, we have to stop these androids without letting people in the city get hurt. And I just want to give props to Toriyama for solving the Man of Steel problem like 15 years before Man of Steel did. He solves it in a different way, which we later find out is just complete annihilation, but they don't have to worry about anybody getting hurt when they fight.
Yeah. Funny that Goku would be like, let's get away from these people, but Superman would be like, bro, let's destroy every skyscraper in the city. Like just 9/11 right levels of destruction.
Literally.
Fighting General Zod.
Probably worse, actually, considering he went through like 50 buildings.
I'm trying to remember, but yeah, it was pretty bad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Chaozu got left behind in the dust.
Yeah, what's up with that? Why?
I mean, do you see him standing a chance against this threat?
That's fair,
I think we're at the point now where they're not pretending that he can do anything anymore.
Yeah, he can
did he even... The only thing he's done this entire series is suicide bomb Nappa, and it didn't do anything.
Yeah, that's true.
Has he done anything else?
No. Except the only thing he's ever done was in Dragon Ball.
Right, he did stuff in Dragon Ball,
yeah.
I guess.
He was like a little cooler in Dragon Ball than he is in Dragon Ball Z, actually.
He fought Krillin and won, I think, or didn't win? I don't remember.
He at least put up a fight.
Mm-hmm. He trained on King Kai's planet, and then I guess... Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know why they had him do that if they're just going to have him sit out this arc, but he's clearly not there. So, of course, in the middle of this intense plot where, everything's kind of tense, everything's kind of nervous, we cut to Bulma's dad.
Yeah.
He made a toy for Trunks.
Terrifying toy.
But Trunks isn't there.
Yeah.
And then the toy scares him.
They cut away old grandpa being cute, I guess, with his terrifying toy. And then we cut back, and I believe that's when Yajirobe appears,
the goat shows up.
Which is funny because this past few episodes I've been like,
you have said, where's Yajirobe?
Jokingly saying, like, where's Yajirobe? They need the boy, the dude with the sword.
I don't know if you remember, but there's something else you also predicted.
I did, and it technically came true.
Technically.
Yajirobe shows up. He's like, here's some senzu beans. They're like, awesome, you can fight. And he's like, no. He's like, I'm going to fly off. See you guys.
Yajirobe is the realist here.
Yeah, no, I would be Yajirobe in every scene he's in, basically.
He's like, no,
yeah,
I'm good.
Except for the ones where he comes and saves the day, because I wouldn't do that. I would just be like, no, I'm good, and then leave.
Done that once.
But it was like a mega save the day.
That is true.
Arguably the most important for Earth's.
Planet Earth would probably be gone if not for that one moment, but... Yeah. So, he gave them the bag of senzu beans. Yeah. And then...
and he flies away, and they're still waiting for the androids.
Yeah, they're saying, like, there's no sign. They're wondering why they're not sensing him. It's like 10:20. They were supposed to show up at 10.
And then we find out the androids are here because they ice Yajirobe.
Yeah, man. Big boom.
He turns out he's alive later. I guess he can survive his car exploding. And he also can't fly, so I'm sure he went down just fine into the water. That wasn't as hard as concrete.
Yeah, he's got the thick fat though.
Yeah, it's true.
The thick fat ability.
I know all about that. That's me and Yajirobe.
That's the ability.
Together. He's got the dad beer belly.
Oh yes.
It's the hardened fat that you can't break through.
Also, Trunks, not the original swordsman. Just saying.
Yeah, that's true. And I didn't even give Yajirobe props a few episodes ago when we were talking about how awesome it is that Trunks uses a sword to just end people. But Yajirobe did it first.
Mm-hmm. To Vegeta.
Yep. So I believe at this point they go into the city.
Yeah.
They start looking around. This part was a little weird. They're just kind of like looking for him.
I love that part.
I like it too, but it was like, what are you guys looking for? They don't
know. That's the point.
Are androids on this Earth a thing? Like, do we have like androids that like make people coffee and stuff?
No.
So they're just saying androids without really knowing what it means.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, they've encountered androids in the past, being Android 8.
That's true.
Was Red Ribbon.
Yeah. Goku would at least
know.
know. Okay, so they know they're looking for humans, so it is kind of
they look
hard.
like humans. They know that, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the point. They're like, it could be anybody.
Yeah. The music is super dope.
So
and
good.
The introduction of the androids is probably my favorite villain introduction yet because they keep showing their like knees down.
Yeah.
With their like steps, and the music is just so like ominous.
Yes.
It's like this weird piano sound type thing that we haven't heard in Dragon Ball Z before. It's very cool, and we just keep getting like flashes of their feet, and their costumes walking around.
Right, I love the wrinkle of them not being able to sense their power. So what that gives us is, first off, they can't find them. Second off, they have no idea. There's no way to gauge how strong they are.
How strong they are at all, yeah. Meanwhile, it seems the androids. Well, actually, the androids aren't really sensing power levels either.
They're more like scanning, I guess. Yeah.
Red ribbon, android fit check. What do you think?
It's kind of cheesy. I don't know. I think they're going for a literal. They said some circus clown joke, but I think they're going for like a circus theme because the music, their Android 19's music, kind of sounds like circus music.
The fit is weird, but it works for me because later, like when we actually see them, and when they start like eating people, for some reason like these dudes like really creep me out.
Yeah, no, they're super creepy.
The way they walk, they're like just dead faced, and the music's really scary. Something about them, they're almost like they give me like a marionette feel, like that scary marionette that you've seen in like Toy Story 4 and
So there are subtle indications in the animation, like the way they bend over and pick stuff up or whatever is like kind of robotic, and the music obviously, and I really like, this is a fantastic introduction of a villain. So given that this is our, we'll say, third major villain introduction in Dragon Ball Z, Vegeta, Frieza, androids. What do you think? Which one's best?
Androids are my favorite so far. And then I guess Vegeta and Nappa, because I can't even remember. And I guess
Frieza's was
count what's his face?
Raditz.
Farmer.
His was pretty good, I guess.
Shotgun.
Shock value.
Because I can't even remember Frieza's right now.
I think he just killed a couple Namekians.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
so
I don't know. And you sound like a grandma.
So that says a lot.
I am going to kill you. That wasn't, I'll admit, that wasn't perfect. But that's okay. We'll move on. Where we at? And then we get Skateboard Guy.
Yeah.
Whoa, dude, you just flew in the sky.
Fly.
Krillin scared a skateboard guy off a skateboard.
Yeah, very, very cool.
Oh, and then we get the moment of, we cut to the androids. We finally pan up and see their, so you do like the designs.
Mm-hmm.
Very unique.
They're just like creepy.
Yeah.
I like them, yeah.
Very creepy. I prefer Android 20's design. He's the old guy.
Yeah, I do too.
But still unique enough. Like I enjoy them a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And then we get the dude who's honking, like trying to get 20 out of the way. And
Whoa. First off, we get 19. 19 takes somebody out first.
Oh yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
And he like bends down with his little like needle head and just like strikes the dude.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. Very funny. And then he eats him into a building.
Yes.
And then the other guy that's driving is like, oh, that's probably nothing. Hey, get out of my way, 20. And 20's like, no.
I love what happens here.
Yeah, he like puts his fist into the car, and the car can't drive anymore. The dude's trying to drive off. And then 20 picks up the engine. It's just leaking oil all over the place. And, like,
lifts the entire engine out of the car.
So cool.
And then he lifts the dude through the roof of the car.
Yeah.
Like by the neck and kills him.
Yeah.
But I love that. Yeah, with the he like right through the roof, like breaks the metal, which probably would have already killed the guy to begin with, but that's okay.
And Vegeta's off on the sidewalk and he sees it happening and he's
Yamcha?
like, Yamcha, yeah. And he's like, we don't know where Vegeta's at.
Yeah, we don't know where Vegeta is.
Still don't know where he's at actually after watching these 3 episodes. What the heck?
Yeah, any theories?
No, actually, unless he's just being like a little baby because like Bulma's done with him. I don't know where he's at. I guess he could be training off world somewhere, but hopefully it's something cooler than that. I want him to come back as like a dad.
Dad Vegeta.
Yamcha sees them and they're like, oh, is that the one maybe? Let's see. And they go down there and they're like, oh, it's not the one, which we already basically know the one is probably Goku because he's just always the one. So 20 grabs Yamcha's face and like covers his mouth up and he just holds him there for a really long time. And then it's like a really long time passes and the screen goes blue. The music gets like kind of quiet at this point and then like nothing. And then it's just like frame stop. And then it cuts to the back of Yamcha and there's like a hand going through it.
Yeah.
So dope.
You watch it go through and it's like crunchy sounding and there's flames in the background because a gas truck blew up.
Yeah, it's very cool. And
it looks
technically awesome. I was correct that Yamcha does get his back broken. Not Bane style, but you know.
A hand went through his spine.
And you can presume it's broken.
It's got a hand-sized gap in it.
Nothing a senzu bean can't fix, though.
Yep. The wonders of modern medicine.
And so that's the end of the episode. It kind of like stops on that frame, basically. Like, oh, is Yamcha dead? Which
that music was spicy.
Yeah, it was very good. I really liked this episode. I gave it a 6 out of 7 stars. I probably would have given it a 7. Actually, I don't really know why I didn't give it a 7 because I really liked it. Maybe because the beginning was a little slow, but I really liked this episode.
Loved this episode. Yeah, I gave it a 6 out of 7 also. It's not like quite a 7 just because it's just not perfect, but it's really good. Great villain introduction. I love, dude, the tension is super intense when they're actually looking for the androids. They don't even know what they're looking for.
Yeah.
You know, there's the threat of, you know, they're surrounded by tons of people. They're in a city. Yeah, I loved it. It was a super tense episode with good animation, but it's not until episode 127 that we get, in my opinion, the best animated episode that we have gotten to date. I mean,
I didn't notice it too much until you pointed it out.
God level, dude. I wish I could have told you beforehand, but I didn't know. Like,
yeah,
every frame was like God tier, like incredible. I don't know who did episode 127, but it is so
Toriyama
good.
Himself, I've heard.
Yeah, no, he didn't animate anything.
Episode 27, a handy trick.
127.
127.
Episode 27 was Nimbus Speed.
That's actually a very good episode. For some reason.
Oh, that's when Piccolo died.
Oh, tight.
He sacrificed himself.
So a handy trick. My first note is I'm not convinced they didn't just let Yamcha die because
you see his pupils go out.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying like his friends. I think his friends knew he was dying, and they were like, "Let's just let it happen."
And they're like, "This is probably for the best to get this out of the way
because
now,
they're
not
like,
later."
They're like, "Oh, I can sense his power levels dropping," and it's like, there's no. The second that hand went through his back, those power levels started dropping. You would have sensed it then, probably. I think they did, and I think they were like,
Not noticing that.
And then they show up and they're like, oh no, Yamcha, oh no. And then Goku, of course, is like, is it Goku? Yeah, Goku's like,
I think Tien finds him first.
Yeah, somebody finds him and then they're like, go bring him up to the old place with Bulma. We got
Goku tells, yeah, they all show up, and man, we get that shot in the beginning of the episode, where it's just pouring out blood too. It's pretty brutal.
Yeah, it's like a lot of blood. There's just so much blood, and then he rips his hand out and it's like covered in blood. But again, nothing a senzu bean can't fix, you know.
Yeah, so Krillin carries him. Goku yells at Krillin to get him the senzu bean, and Krillin carries him away.
Mm-hmm.
And the android 20 he's basically like, not only is he surprised that they anticipated that they would be there, but he was also surprised. Maybe that was it.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it was like, how did you guys know we were going to be here?
Yeah, I think that was it.
Yeah. I think he said something else too, like the fact that they were all grouped up.
Yeah. And then they're just standing there. I'm kind of annoyed that they were just standing there because it's like they're having their little, normal stare off, but it's like the stakes of this fight are very high. They know, Goku knows that at least, and he's told the others like this is a very important fight. So they know the stakes are high, and they're still doing their very cool looking standoff. I get it, but like get right to the fight. Come on.
It's a comic book.
Yeah, I know. And so they're talking and they're trying to get them to go somewhere else. And Android 19 is like, oh, we can we don't want to, there's people here. We definitely don't want to fight with people here. Let's take care of that. And then boom.
Yeah, any eye lasers down the whole city basically.
Yeah.
We get a shot of like a baby and a mom like stuck in a fire.
Super dead. They're dying.
Oh, for sure.
Like cancer is going to get them if not the flames, but they're probably going to die.
Yeah.
We don't really know if there's any military presence or firefighter presence. There's some police, but
there was some cop cars.
Yeah, but they're kind of useless just in general. And so there's
no dogs for them to shoot.
True. So that mom and daughter are probably gonna die. So, that sucks.
Yamcha's okay.
Yamcha is okay because of the power of the senzu bean.
Yes.
He's basically Wolverine. These senzu beans turn you into Wolverine. You can restore any massive hole.
I don't remember at what point the senzu beans became
all
heal you instantly. There was a point, but I don't remember.
Because they used to be like
just,
recharge
it fills you
beans.
up. Yeah. Your stamina comes back and you're not hungry.
Which, in the context of Goku, like that's what makes him stronger. Is like being, especially in OG Dragon Ball, was like the difference between Goku winning a fight or not was like, is he hungry or not?
Yes.
Does he have a full belly?
The only fight Yamcha ever won was against Goku because he was hungry.
Yeah.
And I think that was the only one he ever won.
But now they can heal. Now everyone should have senzu beans on them at all times because they're incredible.
That's why they have a bag of them.
And I'm kind of sad because I was really hoping Yamcha would just be dead. Just for a little bit. We couldn't even get like minutes with this dude dead.
He just came back to life too. Well, I guess it was 3 years prior.
But like
show-wise.
10 episodes.
Yeah. I wrote down here animation is god tier because between Goku's facial expressions and really everyone, Tien's like muscle mass, like them facing off the androids, the flames in the background, like it was an incredibly visually impressive episode overall.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so they convince the androids like, hey, let's get out of here. Goku does, and they're flying away, and then
who do you want to check in a moment like this? Who do you want to go check in with? Tell me.
It's been a while since we saw Oolong.
Yeah, that's true.
And Master Roshi.
And so, what do you think they're doing? Just two guys just hanging out, and
they are jerking off.
Yeah,
probably.
they're basically watching porn together.
Yeah.
Oolong watching the video goes, "Go girl, go!"
Roshi.
Yeah, give me some Roshi.
He goes, I'm trying to think of anything that he even said. I don't know. I think it was just the old But next episode we get a little into the not so good territory.
Yeah. And poor Chiatsu's like just sitting behind the couch. Like,
yeah, he's sitting by these horny bastards worrying about his friend.
Get me out of here. Please, please, please. I would rather go and do my bomb trick than sit in this room with him. And so I'm glad we checked in with him before all this goes down.
Yeah, and they kind of talk a little bit about like what's going on, but it's nothing. We get Gohan. Yamcha tells Gohan like, "Yo, like, hey, Goku doesn't know that these guys can absorb energy through their hands. Very important information." So Gohan goes off to tell Gohan and Krillin do. Yamcha's like, "I don't want to freaking die again. Like I almost just died," but then he's like, "Oh, I gotta help my friends," and then he goes.
Which it's like, dude, you're not helping anybody. In fact, all you've done this time is make it to where Gohan and Krillin have to like go back to the fight. Like they could have already been there helping out, and now they're having to take care of your ass.
Even the he didn't even really tell them that the androids were there. They just saw the explosion.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
So he didn't do anything. Goku is out of breath from just flying. So the androids say, "Yo, let's land here. We're impatient." They land. Piccolo or Tien is looking at Goku, and he's like, "That's weird. He's out of breath, and all we did was fly here." What did you think about that? Did you realize that was a Chekhov's gun, or did you think that was just nothing?
I thought it was not what we find out it could be later.
What did you think?
I thought it was like the androids were secretly sucking.
No, they only suck with their hands.
Yeah, so do I. But you know.
And then Goku is like, I want to know one thing. How did you know our names and everything? And not Dr. Zero, Android 20 said,
There you go.
Okay. Took a few tries. I'm reading all my notes at once. He's like, okay, if that's the last thing you want to know, then before you get, what did he say? Ground into paste?
Yeah, something.
Blech. Anyway, he's like, I'll tell you. So what we get here is possibly my favorite, I guess, villain backstory, you could say. Mm-hmm. But it was freaking awesome. Take it away, pal.
We get a Dragon Ball flashback, and you know what we always say about Dragon Ball and watching it.
If you don't watch it,
you're a douchebag.
You're a douchebag. That's what we always say.
And you know what? In this sense, they're reaching out for you, and in the next episode, they're really going to put their hand out for you to help you for not watching the original Dragon Ball. Because me and Brandon here, we could have had 15 minutes of something else next episode, but we didn't. And it's because of people like you refusing to watch Dragon Ball, which is so good that we have to sit through flashbacks of it. And I do like the flashbacks, but it's like, I also want to see what else is happening. So Just watch Dragon Ball. And if you're reading, someone on our, we had a comment or ask if reading the manga's fine instead of watching it. That's fine too, I imagine, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
If not, honestly, if not, it's probably a better option.
Got a worm stuck in my throat.
Let me get that out. So we get to, so they spied on every battle with this tiny camera ever since Goku first killed the Red Ribbon Army. The raid.
Well, no, even before that, the tournament. Oh no, that happens.
That was after.
Yeah,
not the first tournament. This is the second tournament.
Yeah, the second one when he's
because
fighting
Goku's
Tien.
fighting Tien.
Yeah.
So ever since he destroyed the Red Ribbon Army, they've spied on every single fight
with a ladybug.
With a ladybug camera, with one exception being that they did not go with him to Namek. They calculated that they didn't need to because they figured out through their algorithms more or less how much stronger he's going to get, in that amount of time, and they calculated for it.
In my head, I knew. I was like, y'all done goofed up.
Nah, y'all done goofed.
Y'all don't know what he did on Namek.
Y'all don't know.
I
freaking love that, dude. And it cuts to like every major fight he's had since then, so being cool. Versus Tien, versus Piccolo Senior, versus I'm missing one, but Piccolo Jr. was in there, Raditz, Vegeta, etc.
And you were probably, if you didn't watch Dragon Ball or read it, you're probably like, what is all these fights?
We're at the point now, like this is the third major arc of Dragon Ball Z, and if you did not watch or read Dragon Ball, you have no clue what's going on.
And this episode specifically, like this is literally the past, the Dragon Ball coming back to haunt.
Because it is very important to know the Red Ribbon arc for this arc. And what's funny is like the Red Ribbon arc really is probably one of my least favorites in the original Dragon Ball. It's way too long.
Other than maybe the Emperor Pilaf arc.
Yeah.
Arc, it's,
for sure. Agreed.
And it's a long one too. I think it's like.
It's long.
It's like, I want to say like almost like 50 episodes or something like that, but I could be wrong.
Probably.
But still, if you didn't watch it, all you're getting now is a 15-minute little montage coming up.
Yeah, and everyone has a little laugh because they're like, you weren't there on Namek, huh?
Yeah.
And then we get what is easily the second best transformation that we've seen in the show, in my opinion. We get, God, dude, I love, like literally next to the first time he turned Super Saiyan, this is one of my favorites, like, ever.
I love how instant it is.
It's awesome.
It's like a 2-second scream, and then he's like already puffing up.
Well, yeah, we get the zoom in on the bicep. The bicep gets bigger. We zoom in on the thighs get bigger.
The foot gets bigger.
The eyes,
crashes into the ground.
His eyes slowly turn blue. The hair slowly goes up, and it's still black, and his eyes are blue. And then we get a good scream, and it's yellow. And it's
tight.
The animation, dude. Oh my god, like this is a really, really great episode. And that's where it ends. He's Super Saiyan. He flies to the camera, and that's it.
and it's a very cool shot.
Yes.
I for some reason didn't like this episode too much. I shouldn't say like that. I gave it a 4 out of 7 stars.
What the hell?
Just because I don't know. I just wasn't really like feeling it too much. It was just kind of like boring, I guess. Like the Oolong and Roshi stuff was annoying. Nothing really happened. Like they just basically we flew to the spot and then Goku went Super Saiyan. I guess we got a little tease of like how they came to be, but I don't know. I just
I loved this
didn't vibe
episode.
with it too much.
That's crazy to me. I gave it a 7.
Wow.
I loved,
Wow.
dude. Not first off, the animation in every frame being incredible.
I feel like I need to rewatch it because, like, I missed. I just wasn't paying attention to that. This is also the episode I was eating dinner during, so
Well, that'll always lose you 2 stars.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe I should rewatch it and check out the art.
Dude, oh my god. First, yeah, them leveling the city. I love Goku's punch in the face. Oh yeah, we forgot to even mention that. He punches a 20 in the face and the hat falls off and you see a brain underneath.
Yes,
which is
cool.
interesting.
Very cool.
But yeah, it was a really great punch. It felt hard, but it didn't do anything. Gohan and Piccolo like trying to find Goku because he doesn't know that they can absorb energy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Roshi and Oolong stuff is annoying, but it was probably 1 minute total.
Yeah,
maybe 2, and then Yamcha being the everyman, whatever. But yeah, Goku being out of breath, and we're like, that's weird. That's not like the Goku we know. I love the setup of the arc being that they've calculated, like they've watched his every fight. I just think that's really cool. And then that transformation at the end put a bow on it for me.
Cool. Well, I'm glad you really loved that episode.
As a matter of fact,
I just gave it a 4 out of 7.
These 2 episodes I loved so much. I was like, at the end of them, I was like, dude, it feels like we watched 1 episode to me because it went by so quick because I genuinely loved. This is where the voice acting, the animation, and the music are finally all coming together into like top tier quality. The next episode, was whatever, but like that episode 127 is like the Dragon Ball Z I picture in my head when I think of how great it is.
Yeah.
It doesn't have like as awesome. It doesn't have any particularly like standout moments individually, but the whole thing is just orchestrated really well into like a really good episode.
I respect it.
Yeah. Episode 128, Double Trouble for Goku.
Ooh.
Double Trouble. Goku versus Android 19.
Yeah, for like a couple minutes.
Did you?
Not even a couple minutes. I didn't think we were gonna get to the fight this quickly. But we get right to it, like immediately.
Yeah, so
into it, and they're fighting. Music's crazy. This is the craziest music we've heard in Dragon Ball Z so far. It's like all over the place. There's like this weird piano thing going on, like these little frills, and then there's like a xylophone going off, and then there's like these weird. It was like all over the place. I was so focused on the music because it was like every 10 seconds is like a totally different song. It was tight though. It was cool. It added to like the ominous city and the creepiness of this episode of this fight.
Yeah. Yeah, we get some decent action too. We get an elbow to the back on Android 19. He hits him with his hand and then he kicks him straight up into the air. Of course, this is right when the action starts ramping up. The animation was good, not as good as the previous episode.
I don't even know if it was good, dude. The colors were weird
at first. Yeah,
his hair was like
turning orange. Yeah,
and then it was like desaturated almost.
It looked better later in the episode when they were fighting again.
Yeah,
but that beginning part was pretty meh. Not great.
Is this episode filler?
That chunk of it is filler, but the other events that happen are not filler.
Really? I put this whole episode down as filler. Dang.
Well, the only filler, the majority of it, I guess, being the flashback and the stuff with Marin is filler. But, the fighting and the heart virus stuff is not. That's true. That's complete canon. So, I guess you could say the episode is canon, but that fight is canon. Heart virus is canon. The conversations that they had, as far as I remember, are canon. But Marin doesn't actually come back to Kami House, believe it or not. So yeah, next we cut to Roshi and Oolong again, and freaking Marin is back.
Did not expect to ever see her again.
I didn't either. I totally forgot.
And she refuses to listen to Roshi. She's like, "Where's my Krillin boy? I miss his bald head. I want his big old muscles all over me." And they're like, "He went to go fight in the city." And she's like, "Oh no, he must be here." So she's looking everywhere in the house.
She looks in the fridge.
She looks in the fridge. She's screaming too. She's like, "Oh no, my God, my Krillin, oh no." And just all over the house. She's looking in the bathroom. She's looking in the fridge. She's looking everywhere. and her Ghibli bits are going all over the place
Whoa!
because these animators are crazy. And
The
Roshi's
animators were horny.
yeah, they were very horny this episode, and Roshi's really into it too. Roshi is their projection of themselves into this episode.
Yeah, he's being very not.
He's
good.
being very classic Roshi, which is mostly just rapey. He tries to hug her, but he hugs a tree, and he just goes to town on it. Presumably
He's
motorboating
it. Yeah. But I think he was gonna be motorboating the ass.
Yeah, I think
Not
so.
he was down low,
And-
which is a
and,
brave and bold move.
Yeah,
I'll say.
true. For a lot of reasons. And oh my gosh, it's a little tickle in my throat. I can't.
That's okay.
And then she like sits down and she's like, okay, I guess I'll wait for Krillin. Can you tell me a story? Oh, actually, Roshi's like creeping in on her. They have this very egregious shot of her boobs like hanging over, and they like move side to side. And Roshi's like a hound dog just on it. And she's like, can you tell me the story of the Red Ribbon Army? Which is so cheesy and stupid.
And Roshi proceeds to give some information that there is no way of him even knowing.
Yeah.
He knows the gist, don't get me wrong, but he's being very specific about things that he was not there for.
And Goku's not much of a storyteller in that regard.
No.
So he's like, well, I had other things in mind, but I guess I'll tell you the story. And what do you think we get next? It's 15, 20 minutes of...
It's 10 minutes.
It's like... this. I put this as the longest episode of my life.
Oh my... Are you serious?
Yeah, dude.
That bad?
Yeah, I was like just...
We've watched some bad episodes.
Yeah, but this is just... like... this is the whole episode, basically. We have the heart virus stuff is like 40 seconds at the end. The rest of this episode is basically...
No, there's at least 5 minutes at the end of them talking about like Goku being off, and like the fighting lasts a decent, like at least 4 minutes of fighting.
I was not here for it. I don't like the big old flashback, and it's
I
enjoy seeing
I didn't
Dragon
mind
Ball.
it. I mean, I kind of appreciated it. Like I enjoy. It's been a long time since I've watched.
Here's the thing. This comes back to the people that didn't watch Dragon Ball. This is your fault.
I've watched
that
it
I don't
twice,
like it. Yeah,
and I've read it once.
You not watching it and them knowing you're not going to watch it because you're not committed like us. They're like, well, damn it, we have to animate a whole montage to catch them up so they can understand this freaking arc. It's your fault, and you're the reason I'm going to give this score what I give it, what I give this episode.
Oh, no.
What I give this. My words are all over the place because I'm so angry right now. I like Dragon Ball. I'm over it now. I'm ready to move on to Dragon Ball Z, and I'm getting a 15-minute montage, 20-minute montage.
That's the length
Dragon
of the
Ball.
episode. No, so we cut. So Roshi also proceeds to give a lot of information about the androids that Goku only just learned.
Yeah.
And Roshi would have no way of knowing this at all.
No,
but
no.
I guess it's for the viewer in case you missed the last episode. Anyway, it's annoying. But back to Goku, we get they're fighting in the air, and Tien's like, yeah, Goku's like destroying, and Piccolo's like, maybe he sees something that we don't see. So 19 takes a knee, and then a kick, and then a flurry of fists, and then a punch in the gut, and then a double fist to the head, knocking him back to the planet of Earth. They're fighting in midair, and Gohan and company arrive, and he's like gonna go be telling.
He's gonna go be.
He's gonna tell his dad like, hey, he sucks energy out of his hands, but for some reason doesn't. And then Gohan's like, I don't know, I'm kind of worried. And then Piccolo's like, you're right to worry. Something's not right, which I just think it's so cool, like that they can see. Think about it. Those three have been training together for the last 3 years, so they're so familiar with the way that he fights, they know that something's wrong.
That is cool.
Android 19 gets kicked down into the dirt, and Goku charges up a Kamehameha wave, which Android 19 completely absorbs in his hand.
Yeah, and now we're like, oh crap.
Yeah, so that's an issue. So now this is the first ever enemy in the series that they cannot use energy blasts against. He absorbs the energy into his hand. Goku takes a knee to the gut, I believe, and he's smacked down to the ground. He's clutching his chest like he's out of breath, and that's when Gohan remembers the heart virus.
Yep, and that's when I remember too.
Yeah, me too. I mean, the viewer in general, more or less. It's been a good few episodes. He has the medicine, but we're going to assume that he hasn't taken it because clearly he
didn't have it yet. So
right, he didn't have it, so, what do you think about this development?
I think that Goku's going to die.
Really?
Yeah.
You think he's going to get killed here?
I'm trying to think of how he's going to die.
Because
I think he's just going to get, like, I'm trying to think of a situation similar to it. I think he's just gonna get like pulverized, like just beaten down so much. And why can't I think of I'm trying to think of any kind of pop culture reference to that, where someone just gets beaten over and over and over and over until they just actually die from getting punched so much.
Someone dying from getting beaten. I mean, Batman almost died from getting beaten.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, I think he's just gonna we're gonna quickly see him.
Creed.
Yeah, kind of like that, basically. Yeah, where you just get the shit beat out of you. I think that it's gonna happen soon too. I think that the android is gonna have his power up, and then Goku's gonna be down because he's getting his power sucked, and then that's when the androids are just gonna go, and they're gonna watch it happen because our friends are watching from afar, and before they know it, Goku's gonna be donezo. But then I don't know how they're gonna bring him back again. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe I'm just projecting. I think it would be cool, but I also am tired of Goku being like come back at the last second. So who knows?
Well, they didn't have to wait on Goku this time, but it seems like he's out of commission. The turntables have turned, as they say.
True.
Because he was dominating that fight, it seemed to us.
Yeah.
But now he's obviously losing. Score?
I give this one a 3 out of 7.
3. That hurts. I give it a 5.
Wow.
I still really liked it. I didn't mind the Dragon Ball flashbacks. The Marin stuff was obviously very annoying. But as far as the action goes, I thought it was pretty decent. Nothing crazy. I mean, not the best fight we've ever seen. But
this is like one of my favorite starts to an arc so far, at least.
It's moving quick. Besides that Dragon Ball flashback, in the Frieza arc, the 30 minutes waiting for the androids would have been 5 episodes.
Yeah. And that's why I'm enjoying this so far. Like, we're already in the fight.
The pacing is much better.
We're already, like, there. We don't have to... I know I'm not going to have to watch some, like, bullshit getting to the fight.
And just from this point on, the filler is cut way back in the series in general. So, like,
Tight.
we're just... It's moving. The pacing feels better already.
Just occasional filler.
Yeah. All right. Well, what do you think... What's the major thing what's going to happen next?
Goku's going to die.
All right. Find out next time, ladies and gentlemen, on Dragon Ball Speak.